Look, if building real capital feels like climbing a mountain with no gear, that's because you're missing the single most powerful tool out there: intellectual property. It's the thing that can either chain you up in a cage of endless copying and competition or rocket you past every obstacle where others get stuck. Intellectual property isn't some legal mumbo-jumbo you shove into a filing cabinet and forget about. It's the engine behind how ideas turn into serious money, how founders grab control, how investors get the rare, uncompromised asset that no one else can steal or copy overnight. If you don't get this, you're just throwing your years and energy into a giant waste bin. You feel the frustration, right? You build something unique, you pour everything into it, then some fast follower swoops in, copies your work, and suddenly your edge gone. Your value? Slashed. That's IP failing you, or worse, you never even armed yourself with it. Stop thinking about IP as a simple shield or a box-ticking exercise. It's the most ruthless weapon in capitalism if you use it right. You want to dominate your market? You have to lock down ownership of ideas, designs, code, brands, whatever powers your business, so no one else can replicate what makes you you. But here's the catch. Most people treat IP like insurance, something passive, a nice to have. That's why they never get the massive capital boost it can unlock. You have to own it like it's your lifeblood. Not just patents or trademarks that cost you thousands and gather dust, but real tactical IP strategy that turns your innovation into a fortress and a profit machine. This means knowing where the real value sits, not just in patenting every little thing, but focusing on what genuinely sustains competitive advantage. Sometimes that means trade secrets, sometimes trademarks that become unforgettable brands, sometimes surprising digital assets that competitors can't touch. Start by mapping every idea, process, and asset in your company, then ruthlessly protect the ones that define your future cash flow. If you're an investor, and listen closely, you don't want companies with just good products. You want companies with locked-up, tangible IP that can't be replicated overnight, that can withstand lawsuits, theft, or market shifts. That's where capital accumulates and multiplies. If the IP is weak, your money goes with it, gone at the first sign of trouble. Another brutal truth: IP is not a solo play. It's about networks, partnerships, and strategic leverage. You need to work with patent experts who don't just file your documents, but help you build a war chest you can deploy aggressively in the market. You want firewall protection that scares away competitors, partners who understand your IP's true power, and systems that turn your intangible assets into upward spirals of growth and valuation. Ignoring this means bleeding out slowly, losing deals, and watching others with better IP grip the market you hope to own. You have to obsess about building and defending IP the same way you obsess about product-market fit. Forget that, and your capital stays shallow, your growth elastic, and your survival a daily gamble. This is where strategic thinking breaks the pack. You should treat every innovation like a startup inside your startup, with its own protection, its own growth track, its own capital runway. If you build that, capital won't just accumulate, it will multiply exponentially, pulling in partners, investors, and new opportunities almost on autopilot. IP is not some boring legal formality. It is the currency of serious capitalism. Own it. Exploit it. Protect it with fire and precision. Do that, and you don't just play the game, you own the board. If you're ready to stop being a victim to copycats, to the slow drip of lost value, and start turning your ideas into unstoppable capital machines, this is where to start. No more excuses, no more safe plays. This is the fight for what's yours. And the prize isn't just survival, it's domination. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and check the featured link to learn more.